Hello! February is Black History Month and National Jazz in the Schools Month. Although jazz is not strictly African American musical form, jazz has been heavily influenced by the black community, starting with its earliest roots and continuing to the present time. Jazz began as field hollers from one worker to another and slowly developed into work songs, and then from there, classic jazz that many people are familiar with today. Jazz is the only truly American art form that borrows heavily from the cultures and folk musics of Africa, Latin America, and Western Europe all at the same time. African American musicians constantly updated the form of jazz starting in the 20s, and many additional musical forms sprang to life, including ragtime, swing, Latin fusion, big band, acid jazz, free jazz, which I don't like, and bebop. Some of those forms, like bebop, were created specifically as a return to the roots of jazz. The most recent mutations of jazz come in the form of rock and roll and rap. So if you like either of those genres, know that they wouldn't have come to be what they are today without jazz to help them along the way. Its influence is most immediately recognizable in freestyle stanzas of rap songs or the face-melting guitar solos of rock, because in both these cases, they're almost completely improvisational, and jazz is the mother of improvisation in music. The idea that you never play the solo section exactly the same way twice, adding individuality and nuance to the piece in the moment. If you're interested in hearing some jazz, come on out and see the jazz band a week from Monday. They're playing in the auditorium at 7. If you don't want to hear a high school group, there's plenty of professional groups around too that play jazz. I'm in a couple, but there's professionals that play downtown in Marshall from time to time. There's lots of venues in downtown Kalamazoo where they have live music, and almost any time that you hear live musicians playing in a small group or by themselves, it's at least part jazz. So if you like hearing people like that playing, then you like jazz. All right, enjoy.
Harper Creek High School, this is Mrs. Crawford. I'm the assistant principal here. I'm here today to speak with you about hats and hoodies. Hats and hoodies should be removed upon entering the building. They should be off your head for the entire day, throughout the day. And I just want to talk to you about how it is considered polite behavior to take them off upon entering not only our building, but any building. And also mention it is school policy that hats and hoodies are removed upon entering the building. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter.
Good morning, Harper Creek. It's time for your daily announcements. Any student interested in taking AP exam should sign up with Miss Oaks in the guidance office no later than today. The cost of the exam is $93. Tonight, the varsity basketball teams will be playing away at Coldwater. Good luck to the competitive cheer team who have their districts tonight. Good luck to the boys swim team who have league next Friday. Today will be in the 50s, and then we will see highs of 60 for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A mild week ahead that will feel more like late March than late February. This is Haley. And this is Kenzie. Have a great Friday. Now here's a special sports segment about last week boys varsity basketball win over Penfield.
I'm Connor. And I'm Joey. Welcome to Beaver Sports Live. We have the best highlights from last week's games.
Last Friday, the boys basketball team had a cross-city rivalry against the Penfield Panthers. It was a throwdown at the dam.
The first time the boys played, they lost 60-57. Talked to Coach Bowling, he said the guys need to get off to a fast start.
And boy did they ever get off to a fast start, Connor. Davis dropped 34 points in last week's contest.
Enough of the talking, let's get into the game.
A very low-scoring defensive first half leads into an explosion going into the second half. Here we have a 3 from Javian Hodges.
Then we have Jeremiah Davis, who was hot all night with a fast break layup. Fast forward in the third quarter with a great defensive play by Rocco and Hodges.
Hodges brings on the rebound to lead into some offensive play for the Beavers.
Rocco goes hard in the paint. He came off the bench with 7 points.
The student section was hype all night and kept this gym electric. They really played a huge role in Friday night's contest.
Gibson advances the ball down the court for the Beavers with some behind-the-back handles.
Then we have Davis with another beautiful layup. Puts the Beavers ahead by 1 with 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter.
Davis is wet from downtown in the corner. Splash! With 13 seconds left in the game, Davis hits a clutch 3 to put us down by 1.
With 3 seconds left in the game, Penfield's Grant Peterson goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws to put the game out of Harper Creek's reach. He misses both of them. Harper Creek's Dom Gibson gets the rebound and advances it down court. He attempts to shoot a 3 and is fouled with 0 seconds left on the clock. To tie the game, he has to make all of his free throws.
And this is a funny thing because Gibson is a transfer from Penfield and had to sit out the first game due to MSHAA regulations. Here's an exclusive interview now with Gibson himself. So tell me what it was like to have 3 shots to send your team into overtime.
Well, at first I just thought to myself like I couldn't be nervous or I'd miss the free throws, and then my focus point was to just hit the first one because the first one is the most important because that's the one you have to readjust on. So when I seen it go through the net, it just helped me make the next 2.
So Dom, how did it feel to know that you sent your team into overtime and you beat your old school? That must have been a pretty amazing experience.
Well, it was a terrific moment. Just going into overtime, I knew if I hit those free throws that it was over because Penfield had never seen something like that come against them that quick. So the big 3s Jared hit that really helped me focus on making the free throws, and then sending it to overtime was just over. It was I knew we were going to win after that.
All right, thanks Dom for coming in today. It was fun talking to you.
With Dom's free throws, the Beavers make it into OT, tied at 73.
A lot of fouls led to a lot of free throws for Gibson and Davis, helping the Beavers pull away.
Ryan McCafferty came in huge with 2 giant rebounds at the end of the game to really ice it.
The Beavers ended up winning overtime and winning the rivalry game. The score was 85-79.
Thank you to the student section and all the fans who made this game electric all night.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Joey.
Thanks for watching Beaver Sports Live.
Hey everyone, we're back here again to advertise Harper Creek Match Club. It's again, 3 to 4 on a Wednesday. It's a really good thing to do if you don't do sport or you're in between sports right now and you just got an hour or so of time. It's a fun place where you can learn to play some cards, meet some new people. It's pretty fun, and you should come check it out. And to quote an old country legend, it's a game where every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser. So come on down, and we hope to see you there.
Hey guys, Shane here. And the reason that I'm going to be talking about the club again is because the last time we talked about it was right before winter break, so I thought that we should get the word out again. This club is for newcomers, oldcomers, and everybody in between, so why don't you drop in and check it out. It's a lot of fun. See ya!